afternoon and welcome back to Living on a UK State Pension. My name's Tanya, I'm 68 years old, and for the next 26 weeks I'm going to be living on my UK State Pension and saving my civil service pension to put back money into my savings that I've overspent I should say, on my renovation and my furniture. I've explained more than that in other vlogs, so I'm going to leave it there. A lot of filming today, trying to get ahead of myself with bits and pieces so that I can have just a little bit more time off when Bertie's here. He'll be back Tuesday, so if I can get all next week's filmed and done and start on the following weeks, then I'm ahead of the game. And I have had a run of good luck. I've got nothing else to say except wow. It's last night and this morning I had to pinch myself really. Last night I've done a film of it and it will follow straight after this. I had the Olio app ping on my phone, and as I've said to numerous people have said to me, are you on it? And I've said yes, but it's been absolute rubbish that's come up on it, absolute rubbish. Well, last night there was quite a lot came up from Iceland, from the Iceland store. So I asked for 2 things and came away with 5 because the woman said to me, please take some more, I've got so much. So I will show you in the next clip. I won't leave you hanging. I'll show you in the next clip. But I want to just show you the last couple of shops I've done so I can get this video up. And add a garden update as well, because it seems ages since I've done a proper update. I say proper update, it seems ages since I've shown you other things to do with your plants, because fingers crossed we should be coming out of this cold wind soon and into warmer weather, continuous warmer weather. We had a very cold night last night. I think it went down to 4 degrees. That's for my cuppa. And everything's okay outside. So fingers crossed we get some continuous warm weather now. So I'll turn you around. Just 2 things. Some waffle cones from Asda at £1.28. I could have got 21 of the normal wafer ones. I did and then I thought, no, I'll buy the better quality ones, the waffle ones. They're twice the amount of calories, but yeah, I just thought I'm going to have the better ones. So that's all the spend was, £1.28 for those. Now, when I went into Morrison's this morning, it was to ask them, did they have any buckets, flower buckets? Because as I said to you, you can sometimes get them cheap, you can sometimes get them free. I was going to try Asda, but I had to go down and pick up a watering can that I'd ordered from Argos. I need another watering can that I can take the rows off easily so that I don't get the courgette plants wet when I water them, because that's what leads to mildew. So try and keep water off the leaves of courgette plants and they'll stay healthy. Mine is still struggling in this cold wind, and I've got all male flowers on it, no female. I thought I had a female and it's not, it's another male. But anyway, in Morrison's I went this morning, and I bought some more eggs for myself because I do miss not having eggs. I know I've got eggs in the freezer ready for quiche, but this is so I can boil them. I've got some ham out tonight, so I'll either have ham, egg and chips, or I'll have ham, egg, salad, mashed potato. Not sure what I'm going to do yet. Possibly chips. So £1.65 there. And then I saw a lovely young man, and I said to him very politely, would you mind going out the back to see if you've got any flower buckets? Because I know that you let people have them from time to time. I'm quite prepared to pay for them. I don't expect them for nothing, but would you mind going out to see if you have any? This is what he came back with. I haven't even counted them. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. 24 buckets. Now the aubergines that I'm growing require at least a 10-litre pot. So they're going to come in very handy for the 2 aubergines. But that's far too many for me. So I'll probably do a giveaway on those on, I don't know, Marketplace. But I'm meeting with the garden lady next week, so I'll give her first option on them because she works out of a local school as well. And then I'll put them up on the Facebook Marketplace if somebody wants them free. But I'll keep half because they'll be handy next year. I'll put them in the shed. So after picking those up for nothing, I had a quick look round the store. I'll put some photos on the screen of some absolute bargains I saw, except I do not have any more space to put anything in my freezer at the moment. There was bags of apples, big bags of apples. I think they were £1.20. Bags of oranges, cakes. There was meat, there was salmon. I have no room. I just about have enough money. I could have bought some, but I don't need them. And especially after the Olio pickup last night, I've got, no room at the inn, so to speak. So I know I'm going to get through the next 2 weeks without even a thought. And if I add those last 2 purchases to my book, £1.28 and £1.65 for the eggs in Morrison's, that comes to a grand total of £56.38. And because I carried a little bit forward last month, I've still got £7.18, as well as a £5 voucher from Marks and Spencer's. I honestly don't think I'm going to need to spend it, so it can go forward to the following month. Well, I've just popped on just to say I've done my first Olio pickup, and when I text, I ask for 1 packet of the Slimming World wraps. They never have anything that I'm interested in, I have to say. Believe it or not, they had iceberg lettuce, and I thought, no, that's haunting me this week, iceberg lettuce, because I had one in my Lidl box. And they had some pork meat on offer, barbecue, I say on offer free. It's all Iceland stuff that's come from Iceland. And she said, we've got sausages, how many do you want? So I said 1, and then she came out with this double pack. And when I said I only wanted 1 wrap, she said, oh, please have some more. I've got 43 of them. 43 packets of wraps. Well, Slimming World only launched these a fortnight ago, so they're obviously either too expensive and people aren't buying them, or something's the matter. So I've now got to go out, juggle my freezer to try and get these in. I'm not going to separate these because there's only 5 to a packet, so I don't mind, and they'll last 5 days instead of bread. So I wish I hadn't bought bread now, but I'll juggle the freezer around and I'll split the sausages and get them in there. But crikey, what good value for money. I mean, these were £4.50, and I would hazard a guess that these are at least £1.60 each. So yeah, what a brilliant free. Oh, they are £1.60. They were £1.60. Yeah, £1.60. So win-win. I've brought one of my plants indoors to show you, a tomato plant indoors, to show you what you need to be snapping off. You need to be snapping these little sucklings, suckers as they call them, sorry, not sucklings, suckers. You snap the little suckers off that appear between branches. So turn that round so you can see this one at the bottom. You see it there? Snap that off. Doesn't matter if you miss one, it happens. I've snapped them off when they're 3 or 4 inches long, and I've put them in water and let them root, and it gives me another tomato plant, so I'm not overly bothered by it, but it just gives the rest of the plant a chance to come along. And you might be able to just see, their flowers. Right, I'm just doing a test run with my gimbal. And for those of you that don't know what a gimbal is, let me just get the box. It's a smartphone stabilizer. It cost me £67 from Amazon, which I am going to pay for on my credit card. I will put it against my accounts for the following year, because I've done my accounts for the last financial year, and I've paid the tax. So that's all clear and done. I just thought I'd do a test run in the garden. You can see how windy it is. Flowers are just forming on the clematis. Beautiful deep aubergine colour. Lots and lots of buds. I took this down to about 6 inches. I hacked it to bits because it had never been cut in the 2 years I'd been here. I'd neglected it, so I thought this year I've got to try and do something. I don't know if I can make an arch over with the wire. I'd like it to grow across the top of the wall. I'm trying to work out a way of training it up the top of the wall to get it like that. There's the old peas that I used in salad toppings. They're not doing very well, but the other ones didn't. Then suddenly loads of pods appeared on them. Now I'm hoping they'll grow up the clematis to save me putting any stabiliser there. They're the sugar snap peas, and they're all the stock. So at some point in the future, maybe 12 weeks, 14 weeks, I'm going to get some lovely smelling stock flowers to put in the house. The raspberries, how well they're coming. Look how they're forming now. lots and lots, and we have had rain. We have had rain. The only thing I'd say is nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough. It's probably gone down about 3 inches. Underneath that is bone dry. Now this monstrosity is meant to be a tayberry, but it's not doing anything at the moment other than putting shoots out all over the place. So I'll leave it for the time being, see if I get any flowers. If not, it'll get hacked back so that there's only a few main shoots at the back. As I said the other day, the hostas are looking healthy. These have like a daisy flower on them, if I remember correctly. And these 2 pots also have, at the back, they also have flowers. These are Cape Daisy that I thought had died. I hacked them, and look how well they've come on. Literally, I took them back down to ground, fed them, and they've come on lovely. I don't hold out much hope for the azalea, but it's alive. It is alive, but yeah, dreadful year for it. My friend said the same. She lost 2 of hers this year. Isn't that beautiful? You've got to love an Acer. How red the leaves are when the sun catches them. And underneath, because they don't mind shade, is Bertie's ball, amongst other things, and a pot that's blown there, a hydrangea. This thing I want taken out at the end of the year. Get someone in. There's 3 things I want taken out of the garden. This is one of them because it is completely bent over and it's going to fall eventually. I want that taken out. I meant to show you these earlier, an unusual type of tulip. But yes, the wind's got to them now. The wind's got to them. This one it doesn't look like it's going to do anything, no. Yeah. Yep, they're starting to come to life. I put an odd stock in there. Some more, I want to call them carnations, but they're not carnations. This is a Peruvian lily, and I'll put the proper name on the screen because I can never ever think. Ostia, no, can't think of it. I need to water that stock in, and that stock that I've put there, that was the last 2. This is a type of fuchsia, so is that one, bush fuchsia. This is a jasmine. Another hosta. I'm going to have to do a Google search on this. I don't know what it is, but it comes every year. It's lovely. It's just coming to the end now, unfortunately. There's a couple of fresh little buds, but yes, it's on its way out now. Beautiful peachy colour. Beautiful. And it has got a scent to it as well. I want this grapevine taken out. It's too heavy for the wall now, so it needs to come out. And then I'll have extra. Probably this is where my greenhouse can go, on this piece. And then I could possibly leave that one in situ if I can clear that space there. I can have my greenhouse against that wall, because this is west. So when the sun comes up over that end of the garden in the morning, first thing, we have it right the way through till about 12 o'clock on this wall, boiling hot. And that's why I've done a bed here. I didn't do the carrots in the bag yet. I may put another couple of potatoes in there. There's 2 potatoes in there, and that isn't that. They haven't popped through yet, so fingers crossed. 2 tomatoes, the rest are tomatoes. I put the runner beans in there this morning. Yep, some of the green beans are looking a bit sorry for themselves, but it's the wind. It's the constant wind. I'm hoping now at least it's a warm wind, they'll start coming along. If not, I'm going to start putting some more in to replace. That's what it's about. It didn't cost me anything. They're all pods from last year. And that's my greenhouse. Just, right. Tomatoes, lovely and warm in here. There's 8 tomatoes there. There's 4 more down there, baby ones that I haven't. 3 across there. 2. As you can see, this one's flowering. Keep that over out the way. Let's move that. Cucumber. Goodness, I've just spotted the other cucumber down there. Look at that one. Look at that. Couple of weeks I'll have my first cucumber, because once they start, they don't stop. There's all the chilies waiting patiently to come out. I'll put some outside and I'll leave some in here for the summer, and a couple more spare tomatoes, and then that's the lupins for next year. They'll probably come outside for the summer, but in the shade, in the warmth, but in the shade, so I'm not continuously watering them, and I'll pot them on. They'll get potted on. Here we are. Here's the first strawberry, and look what's happened already. A week in the basket, well, 10 days, and I've got flowers. I've got flowers. There's 3 plants in each. I'm hoping that they trail over the side and the strawberries hang down out of the way. I'll keep checking the wall for slugs, because slugs will climb up a wall to get in these baskets. They're cunning little devils, shall we say. No. Radishes, peas. See, there's flowers, lots of pea pods. They're just not growing upwards for some reason. They're just not got no height to them. Look, another flower there. A couple of flowers died back here, but peas on them. And just put my hand for size, that's already, it's starting to form the heart. But do you know what, it doesn't bother me if they don't get heart, because I use just the outside leaves on them. This is the beetroot, and I often snap the leaves off and use them in the salad as well. They're edible. All male on my courgette. And some more tomatoes. You can see I've been tipping the tea bag ground still. Every 2 or 3 days I've got more to put in ground. Oh, what's happened there. Look, something's eaten through the bottom of that and that. That's what happens, unfortunately. I have got some already in case the slimy little suckers have eat any more. And I've just started a tray. There, some more off. Aubergine, lettuce. This tray of peppers I'm giving to charity. That's a cucumber and 2 courgettes in there. I shall split them in a minute and put them in new tubs. It's just me trialling out my gimbal, and there's nothing in these. They've got some earth in them ready, but I'm probably just going to get 1 plant for each and leave it at that. I'm not going to spend a lot on bedding plants this year. If I get them in the sale, all well and good. I need some new liners for these next year. They'll do this year, and then I'll get rid of them before the winter and get some new liners for them. Or just use black bags, I'll see. I do like the straw sort of look. There we are. Anyway, I'm loving the gimbal, and this is going to help me get out and about a little bit more and take you with me and see some of the beautiful villages and shoreline and some of the not so nice places, but definitely worth a historic view.